People are starting to use metadata as a way of organizing files so that they can quickly sort, filter, and search for files. Now, what metadata is it's information about the files. So the information I currently have about these files is the name of the file, when it was last modified, and who it was last modified by. But I can also add other columns if I click this option here. And these are the types of columns I can create, and there's more down below here. So for example, I might add a date and time column. And so I choose this option and I go next. And I'll give it a name, and that may be the review date. I don't need to include the time though. There are some more options here, and at the bottom here you can't see it, but there's a save button. So I'm just going to go save. Here it is here. This is my review date. So let me click on say this or select this document, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the details regarding that document, and so a details pane comes up on the right hand side, and here's the review date. So I'm going to click in this option here. So that's the review date, December 13th. Close the details pane, and there's the review date there. So now I've got extra metadata about this document, and each of these documents I can proceed to say when they next need to be reviewed. Let's add another column just to give you another example. Let's go for the text column or a person. I might choose person and choose next. So at the bottom you can't see it here, but there's a save button and I'll save that. And here's my reviewer column. So I'm adding more and more metadata or custom columns. And so now when I go to this particular document and I go to details, I can now scroll down and not only say when it has to be reviewed, but I can also put the name or the email of the person who has to review it. So I'll choose myself, for example. And so I can close the details pane, and that information is now recorded in the reviewer column. You may have to press F5 or Control R or press the refresh button to get it to update. Now it's actually telling me that I have a number of files here without required information. I could probably click this file, shift click this file, which grabs that entire group. I could go into details, I could do a bulk edit, and I could say that the review date for all of those files is actually going to be December the 13th, and the reviewer is going to be Kathy, and save. So you just go through and add that extra data, metadata, to each of those documents, and I'll close the details pane. So what this allows us to do now is actually easily not only be able to sort and filter by the first three columns as we have in the past, but now you're actually able to sort and filter by the review date, and you're also able to sort and filter by the reviewer. And you can continue to add columns to make it easy to search and sort for information.